Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the organization menu and explain how that system's structured. First, it's important to know that each organization is completely isolated. Each project, right, has its own separate set of POs, ETCs, reports, etc., right? The only thing that's shared across all your organization are your contacts, right? Your vendors and so on. Just on one other thing to note, as we go through this tutorial, right, I'm just giving you a brief overview of all the items on the organization menu. There are other videos that talk in depth about these items, right, such as your contacts or your tax, right, how to set your tax rules, that sort of thing. So let's first start with projects. This is where your actual jobs and productions live. Each project acts as a container for its own budget, POs, expenses, payments, and reports. Your cost report, for example, that particular project that you're in at the moment, if you're in one, right, will have its own cost report. You will see a high level detail of the cost report here in the project page. You'll actually see multiple levels. So think of, if you're looking at the cost report at the very bottom, all your totals, you'll see that for every single project here. So that's how you actually have a snapshot of all your projects at one time. And then there is a way to archive them so that it moves them out of that group of active projects. Let's go to contacts. So contacts list is, like I said, is shared across the organization. So there's no data duplication between them, whether it's crew, vendors, your clients, anyone at all that is used here. They're in this software. They're all considered basically contacts. And since they're accessible through the entire organization, that means they can be used for all projects, for any POs, across any project at all. And then next, let's go to departments. So departments allows you to organize your internal structure, such as production, accounting, other departments that you might have. You could put art department or production design as its own department. These basically, they don't affect accounting directly, but they're vital for managing permissions and workflows, probably for larger organizations. They're essentially people that can set up, organize, and help manage the productions from organization level. So I would suggest keeping like your line producer and production manager at the most production manager, sometimes not, but mostly like your accountant, your production accountant, CFO, maybe a head of production, line producer. Those are the people that should essentially be able to set all that up. Next is members page. This lets you define who can access the organization by assigning roles like super admin or admin. You can exactly control which page a user can access and which projects they can see and what permissions they can have globally among your organization and productions. Next is tax. This is where you configure your sales tax, VAT, withholding tax, any other kind of tax rules that are applicable to your country. Once they're set up here, then you can apply them throughout, ETCs, POs, payments, throughout the entire system. Chart of accounts is basically a foundation of your accounting system. All the accountants understand this. It's basically your accounting codes for your company, right? And then you also a lot of times have a separate budget code set, like for your budgets that you have in your budgeting software. So what this does is this actually allows you to map. So you could have, multiple ones in your budget mapped to a single code in your accounting globally, right? Like your actual organization accounting. So that's something our software does. Okay, so cost centers, these are used for isolating costs to specific line items. This allows basically management within your organization to see exactly where money is being spent and assign it to specific business units within your organization. Let's look at reports next. Keep in mind we're at the organization level right now, so that means we're seeing a total of all projects, not just one project. So the general ledger is going to be showing every transaction here at this level for all of your accounts, right? All of your total debits and credits across all projects. Same thing with trial balance. This is going to be a snapshot of all account balances across all your productions. Cash flow report, same thing, tracking the movement of money in and out for all productions. And then the aging report, this also is going to track all your outstanding receivables and payables across all your productions. This is something that we needed greatly in our company because we had multiple productions and our accountants like at our organization level, needed to see what needed to be paid, right? Instead of having to go into each single project, they were able to see it grouped together at the organization level and understand from one area who to pay what to, right? Petty cash, payments, anything like that. And then finally, settings. This controls the organization level configuration, including your company address, your contact details for your company, the master approvers. Basically here, this changes the settings for the entire organization, the legal name that you put in there, the address, etc., tax ID, and so on. All right, and that is it for the organization menu.